You can use a good shampoo and still lose length because the method you're using creates friction, tangles, and breakage. Stay to the end because the last habit is one that makes people think that their hair is clean when it's actually coated with buildup and causing your ends to keep thinning. Here are 11 mistakes that are ruining fine natural hair and what to do instead. Fine hair suffers from buildup fast, so people overcorrect with stronger shampoos just too often. That strips too far, increases tangling, and makes breakage even more likely. Use a gentle shampoo most weeks and save the deeper cleansing for real buildup. If you wash your hair weekly, you can get away with a regular shampoo most washes, not a full strength stripping every time shampoo. So number one is over shampooing with harsh cleansers. But even with the right shampoo, you can destroy fine natural hair with one bad habit: how you physically wash it. Washing like a scarf creates matting. Fine strands wrap around each other fast. This is why washing in twists or braids may be a little difficult. The fix here is in the structure. Wash in sections. Twist or clip your hair up loosely. Wash your scalp and wash the lengths of your hair downwards, not in a bunched up mess. Number two is shampooing in a bunched up ball. Next, and this one just came to my mind, is not washing your hair for long enough. Many of us don't wash our hair for long enough at all, and we need to. We're just letting the suds go all over the place and we think, oh, my hair is clean, move on to the next thing. But we're not spending nearly enough time washing our hair. Okay, now that we're washing our hair correctly in a downward motion and we're washing our scalps thoroughly for long enough, what we're doing next is we're washing in circles. Random circular scrubbing makes the cuticles rough and creates knots. Use the pads of your fingers, not your nails. And on your scalp, wash in a back and forth motion. Back and forth and back and forth. On the lengths of your hair, smooth your hair down and wash downwards. Think smoothing, not stirring. So number three is scrubbing your hair in all directions. Why are we taking our time when we wash our hair? Why are we wetting properly? Why are we scrubbing our scalps back and forth and our hair downwards? To prevent knots and tangles. So now that we're washing properly and we're preventing knots and tangles, the next mistake many of us make is trying to detangle the hair in its most vulnerable state when it is soaking wet. You know those brushes with the ball tips on them? I'll show you what that looks like. They can catch fine swollen fibers and create little tiny breaks that you don't see today, but you see weeks later as thin ends and as frayed definition. If you use a brush, please make sure the bristles are flexible and that there's enough space between the bristles and they do not have those balls on the tips of the bristles. Do away with all the enemies of progress. We cannot afford to be yanking our hair with these things every wash day. So number four is using snaggy brushes to detangle our hair. Number five is leaving treatments on for too long. Longer is not automatically better for your hair. It's not. Fine hair can over soften and tangle, and protein left on for too long can push your hair from where it is into stiffness and make it snap. Follow the instructions, especially of your hair masks. Consistent regular sessions are better, far better than the overnight sessions we try to do. Now that we know that timing matters, we need to know that treatment types matter as well. Mixing shampoos together, mixing conditioners together or masks together, these things change the ratios, the pH behavior, the performance, or how the conditioning or strengthening agents deposit onto our hair. Please stop mixing your products together. If you want hydration plus protein, for example, use a hydrating mask first and then rinse that out after detangling, and then use your protein deep conditioner after that, then fully rinse. If you want a deep cleaning, right, shampoo with a clarifying shampoo first and then rinse, and then use a regular balanced shampoo after that and then rinse. Stop mixing things up and destroying the chemistry. We're paying all this money for all these products and not giving them the best chance to work for us and our hair. So number six is mixing products together and thinking that they work better together. They do not. Number seven is repotting your whole head from scratch every wash day. That is unnecessary. It is unnecessary handling, and handling is breakage risk for fine natural hair. Keep a repeatable sectioning system, maybe 4, maybe 2 or 4 or 6, whatever works for you, so that wash day is faster, more organized, lower manipulation, and you can get to most of the strands on your head. The way we wash our hair, we're not spending nearly enough time washing our hair. If we're not washing it in small enough sections that we can get the shampoo everywhere or get the masks everywhere, so many strands are just left untouched, unwashed, unrinsed, unconditioned. Sectioning your hair is excellent, but do it once and for all, and this is where permanent parts play a huge role. Next is a mistake that makes most people think that they wash their hair well, even when they didn't. Lather is not proof that you cleaned your hair properly or evenly. It is not. Matter of fact, lather does not even help us wash our hair. It literally just tells us how clean or dirty our hair was before we washed it today, right now. Lather everywhere does not mean that you properly washed your whole head. So many strands are left behind. Fine hair can look dull and even appear dry when the root area is still coated, when the strands are still coated. Wash methodically. Wet your hair properly. Wash in small sections. Finger pads on the scalp. Full coverage. Back and forth motion. Rinse. The goal for fine natural hair is a clean scalp with minimum friction. So number 8, stop letting foam replace technique. Number 9 is washing the same way every wash day. Fine hair needs conditional washing. Heavy stylers and sweat and wigs if you wear them, and weeks of layering and build up and all the things. These require different wash day approaches. Adapt gentle maintenance most weeks. Focus on your scalp and do a second cleanse if you need it. Do a pre-poo if you expect matting, right? Deeper cleanse occasionally when your hair is coated or when it's time for it. One size wash day is how our natural hair stays inconsistent and uncared for. Go with the flow of what's happening in your life and wash your hair accordingly. Are you sweating heavily? Did you exercise? Were you outdoors for a long time? When was the last time you washed your hair? Go with the flow of your life. Now let's address the squeaky clean addiction that many of us have, because it does feel good for 10 minutes and it costs you a lot of length later. That squeak often means overstripped hair. Fine hair can look bouncy immediately, and then later it becomes frizzy, it tangles, and it starts to break during styling. If your shampoo leaves your hair rough before conditioning, step down your cleanser strength. Maybe that cleanser is too strong for your hair, too powerful. Use something more regular, more balanced, less strong, right? And then the stronger one for when you have actual buildup. Or shampoo just once on wash day rather than twice on wash day. So number 10 is chasing the squeaky clean feeling as an actual goal of clean hair. Clean hair does not need to be squeaky clean. Next one is using one shampoo for every scenario. Fine hair usually needs 2 shampoos at least. A gentle maintenance shampoo, a regular shampoo that you can use every wash day, and a stronger one for the occasional reset cleanser. This prevents the 2 classic fine hair failures: overstripping, which can lead to breakage, and under cleansing, which can lead to coating the hair and make the hair dry and dehydrated, and then lead to breakage. Coated hair tempts you into adding more and more and more product, which then increases how much you detangle and the force you need to detangle, and then makes your hair break. But in this video here, I explain how, yes, you need 3 shampoos, but you can potentially get away with 1. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.